Okay, this weekend sees 18th play 19th, so something's going to have to give. Good evening, Jawad and Claudio, for QPR
Hi,
and
Mark.
Coventry, respectively. How are we?
Good, thank you.
Very well, thanks.
Excellent. Let's start with QPR then. So, Jawad, it's the first time we've had a chance to talk to a QPR fan, and I'm desperate to find out, okay, from your point of view, as a representative of all the QPR fans, Ainsworth, go. Fan of, no, not fan of.
I am a fan of. I have to say, after the first game of the season, I think everybody had serious doubts about whether he was the right person. But there's been a definite shift since that opening game, and I would say we've not been outclassed in any of the fixtures so far. We were unlucky at Southampton, unlucky at home to Ipswich, the red card against Sunderland. And I think the biggest criticism levelled against him was the style of play. And I do think when he came in, he obviously had Chris Martin in the squad, he had Lyndon Dykes. So the immediate thing was to play the style that he played at Wickham. And we stayed up, um, fortunately, really. And then even against Watford, he tried to play the same way. And I think after that game, he realised that he's going to have to change if we're going to succeed. And yeah, I think he's won fans over in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I'd say.
So the attritional style that we're used to. I mean, how far are your games just that approach to football? Are we seeing more approach play? Are we seeing more thread passing? Where how far of this is a traditional Gareth Ainsworth team, but what he's moulding here, or is he trying to do something different?
I think he is trying to. We've obviously got Sinclair Armstrong up front. He's 6'4". He's big. He's strong. So I think he does give us that out ball if we need it. But there's definitely been progress since the end of last season and that first game. Ilias Chair's been involved more, I would say. Andre Dezel's pushed forward a bit as well and got on the ball more. I think possession stats were still maybe the second lowest in the league. Um, so we're still happy for other teams to have the ball, but there's been a huge improvement, I think.
Okay. Okay, and what do you know about Reggie Cannon? Because you've had a new signing this week, USA international. What do we know about him?
Yeah, I have to say I have not seen him play. Don't really know too much about him, but it's an area that we were struggling in really. That kind of right wing back area. We've been playing Paul Smith there, who really is an attacking player. He's done an exceptional job, to be fair. But I think that's the one area where the reinforcements were needed. I think it'll probably be after the international break that he'll play. Um, but again, yeah, I think in terms of being able to sign a free transfer in this window, I think the club have done well to sign him up. Really,
Brilliant. All right, let's cross over then to Coventry. Claudio, last year when this fixture was played in April, actually, it's not that long ago, Coventry went to Loftus Road and won 3-0 quite comfortably. I'm guessing it's not going to be the same scoreline this year.
No, we had Hamer and Jokeres playing that day, and they were causing havoc. I think it's going to be a draw. I'm already going to put it out there. Um, we our problem is at the minute we can't defend crosses. I think I said earlier we've let in more goals from crosses than any other team in the championship. I think Ainsworth would probably be best to go to his old style because if you sling a few balls into the box, they're going to cause us problems because we just struggling. I mean, we've gone from the best, one of the best defensive records from last season to basically looking a bit unhinged at the back. So it's a bit of a problem. And yeah, I think it's going to be very, very different on Saturday.
So, I mean, is this just a playoff hangover, or is this is this something mentality? I hate Klopp's mentality monsters expression, but if you look at the whole game where you were leading and then draw it, if you look at, I think it was 4-3, wasn't it? You've had games in. You look at the Huddersfield result, you just can't see things over the line. You should be comfortably mid-table, if not pressing for playoffs, had it not been for the last 10 minutes of games. What is it with the mentality of your team at the moment that going into the last 10 minutes just seems to collapse.
Well, it's funny you said that hangover because I put that in one of our forums that I feel we're suffering from a playoff hangover. Last season, there were 6 matches we won by a single goal. And in all of those games, something went in our favour, whether there was a sending off or we scored 2 last-minute goals, one against Sheffield United. It's a penalty against West Brom as well in the last minute. And this season, the last 15 minutes of games, it's just sheer panic. And it's not like us, but we haven't really got somebody in the central midfield area that just controls things at the minute, which is a bit of a problem because also there's a lot of our fan base can't understand why they knew Hamer was going. They had 2 weeks of the transfer market, the window left. And on the last day, we bring in Liam Kitchen, another centre half, which we probably didn't need. And we spent 4 million on him. So we don't understand why we didn't strengthen the midfield. And of course, we've got Ben Sheaf injured, Casey Palmer's injured, Callum O'Hare's out, and we're struggling in that department.
Okay. Let's get some predictions then. First of all, let's predict where this is going to be on the 4th of May, because on the 4th of May it's the last day of the season, and Coventry will play QPR. Jawad, where do you think the league positions of both teams are going to be when you head to Coventry in May?
Well, at the start of the season, I think most QPR fans reading the predictions and seeing how we were last season would have taken 21st and just staying up. But having seen the performances and the improvements, I think we're capable of being in that area from 15th to 12th, maybe.
What about Coventry?
Coventry, from our point of view, from my point of view, they were the best side that we played last season at QPR. Hamer was just a different class to anything I saw. And yeah, I'll be surprised if they're where they are now. I would think they would comfortably finish in the top 10.
Okay. Claudio, same question to you. Where do you see these two clubs when you see Jawad at your stadium in May?
I think I've got to go on the way our games have gone in the last 30 matches. We've only lost 4 games, which is still a fantastic record with Mark Robins. So you kind of think he's got the Midas touch. He's going to turn it round. So if he gets it right and we turn it round, I think we will finish in the playoffs. But they've got to start doing it quick. They need to turn it around quick because, as you know, with this championship, it can get really hard. If you can be in a hole, it's hard to dig yourself out of it. Mm-hmm. I think QPR will do mid-table. I really do, because I think there's enough about them to definitely get up to mid-table, without doubt. And of course, if at Christmas time you're around about mid-table, you've got a good chance to push on as well. But I'd like to think we'd still get in the top 6.
Okay. Okay.
Be positive.
That's right. No, I love optimism. I love optimism.
I can see you're smiling. You got to win this week.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. We'll lose to Luton on Saturday, so let's not get too big about it.
Okay, you beat Villa. That's good for me.
Well, yeah. Okay, Jawad. This has got 1-1 written all over it, hasn't it? Convince me otherwise. What's your score prediction for Saturday?
We've won one home game in 11 months, and I heard Claudio say earlier, typical Coventry. I've got a friend who's a Coventry fan, and he would say it'd be typical for Coventry to be the team that finally loses at QPR. I think if we score first, I would fancy us to get a result. If we concede first, then a draw is going to be the best that we can get. We have to turn our home form around. I'm going to be bold. I'm never normally bold. I'm going to go 2-1 QPR win.
Okay, Claudio.
I'm going to go for a draw. The problem we've got, when we've gone behind. I can't remember the last time we won a game. So if QPR take the lead, the best we can hope for is a draw. If we take the lead, I fully expect QPR to nick one late on. I'm going to go for 1-1. I will say it's interesting. You've only won one game in the last 11 months at home. Going back, this is how old I am. 1979. I went down to Loftus Road. QPR were already relegated. It was about 2 games end of the season, and your last home win was in December. Ian Wallace scored first. We were wearing our chocolate kit. Ian Wallace scored first. We lost 5-1, and Clive Allen scored a hat-trick at the age of 17 on his home debut. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And QPR got relegated with a team full of, I think it was Goddard was playing, Walsh was playing, Don Shanks. It was an incredible team. Clive Allen, they still got relegated. And Chelsea got relegated that season as well. But
I'll take
yeah,
a
so
5-1
back a long
at the
way.
weekend.
I think Jared was
I'm hoping it's not going to be 5-1, by the way.
No, just before my time.
Right. Well, listen, both enjoy the game. I can't predict it other than to say, I think Coventry will be winning at half time and then it'll be 1-1 by full time, something like that. All right. All right. Enjoy the game, folks. Thank you both for joining us. See you
you.
next week.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
both.
you.